Hello, lovely souls, and welcome to Inspired Energy Exchange. I am so grateful that you have found this video, and I hope that you find something here that inspires and encourages you along your journey. Today, we are going to start with healing with the angel oracle cards. I hope everyone is having a lovely day today. I hope your weather is kind to you. And if you have to get out and travel and you have inclement weather, I pray that you're safe. Hey. First card we have is new love. New love. Let's see if I can get there we go. Get that shine off of it. New love. Let's talk about new love. Some of you may think that might be romantic. It also could mean new love, relationship with yourself, a new love in a friendship. Let's see what the card meaning says. New love. A new chapter in your love life begins, whether it is with a new partner or rekindled love in current relationship. Open your heart to a new infusion of divine love through a partner in your life. The angels are preparing you to be aware of new people entering your life, as a new mate might be unlike your previous partners. Be open to changes in your current relationships and don't cling tightly to ideas of how you think relationships should be. This is a time of wondrous change in your love life, and you are asked to trust God and your guardian angels to work things out for your highest good. Changes in your love life will only be painful if you are rigid in your thoughts or behaviors. If you flow with the current of love, you'll find that old parts of your love life wash away. They are rapidly replaced by new aspects that will delight you. Current relationships may end, or they may act as a transition into a new phase of passion and renewed love. Or a new partner may enter your life, inspiring great happiness for you both. Some of you may have been thinking recently about getting into a relationship. What I'm hearing from my guides is that a lot of us, and I say us, including myself, have not been in a relationship in a long time purposefully because we have been growing ourselves, working on ourselves, so to speak, and doing the inner work to make sure that we are who we authentically desire to be. And now we believe that we are at a point where new love can enter our lives. Maybe it's time to open yourself up to a relationship. Maybe you have been looking for a relationship and it just hasn't been happening for you. I believe it said to give it up to the guides. Changes in your love life will only be painful if you are rigid in your thoughts or behaviors. So maybe some of you have had bad luck with relationships in the past, or they haven't worked out the way that you had hoped, and you're concerned about what the new relationship might bring. Try to open yourself up to new ideas, new possibilities. Try not to think of the new in relation to the old. Learn from the old of how you're choosing to show up. How are you going to be different? How are you going to see things differently? Maybe have a more open mind to the possibilities. I know new love sometimes can seem scary, especially when we're hoping for a particular individual and that individual comes with quirks like we all do, right? We all have our things. So maybe this is signifying that we not only can open ourselves up to new love for others, but new love for ourselves so that we love ourselves a little bit more so that we can attract the love that we truly deserve. How do you want the person to love you? Love yourself in the same way that you would want that individual to love you. At least that's what I'm hearing from my guides. Yeah, that's how you're going to attract the love. The love yourself. Show yourself how to love yourself, and then that's the kind of love that you're going to attract. All right. Next card from the Angel Oracles. Healing with the angels, healing with the angels, signs. Signs. I hear that song, Signs, in my head. There's a song, I think it's the 70s or 80s song, maybe 90s. Ooh, I'm aging myself, but there was a song called Signs. Oh, signs. Very mystical looking card. Up there in the ether in the heavens. Signs. Okay. Card meaning. Pay careful attention to the messages the angels give you now. You have asked for a sign and they deliver it. Notice and trust these signs. You've asked for heaven to help you. Now it's up to you to pay attention to the evidence of their help. This card signifies that your angels are trying to get your attention with signs. They might ask a butterfly or a bird to fly near you, or they might compel you to hear a song several times. They might put an object in your path so that you have to notice it. Drawing this card is also a sign from your angels. They are trying to get through. Please notice. You can ask your angels to give you a sign whenever you have a question or a decision to make. Usually, it's not a good idea to be too specific about what type of sign you'd like. Leave that up to the angels. They are very good at making their presence known. Excellent. That's one of my favorite cards because signs are, to me, in the beginning, the signs were something very random. I remember when after my mother passed away, I was just really feeling down and I was driving to work and I had to drive on the freeway. And all of a sudden, there was this barrage of these beautiful brown and golden butterflies. They're small butterflies, probably no bigger than, I would say, a quarter. And maybe a little bit bigger than that. But there were hundreds of them, and hundreds of them. They were just all over the sky throughout the valley where I lived, and it was almost to me as a sign that there's love everywhere. To me, that was my sign. I have a thing with butterflies. That's my sign, my sign for heavenly love for my grandmother. And then after my mom passing away, I figured that was just her way of showing me that she's around, that her energy, her spirit is still there, is still here with me, is still loving me and looking out for me. So pay attention to the signs. And again, don't be too specific. Maybe there is something random. Like yesterday, I was sitting in my car and I was thinking about something. I forgot exactly what I was thinking about, but all of a sudden in my rearview mirror, I saw a yellow butterfly. And I'm thinking, well, that's just random. And so, to me, it was a confirmation, I believe, from spirit to acknowledge that what I am thinking about was on the right track. It was more of like a confirmation, like, yes, this is put your attention to this particular thing. Um, and that to me was a sign. I get feathers in the path all of the time. I don't see pennies like some people do, but sometimes you might see pennies, sometimes you might see numbers. Repeating numbers are also another way of seeing signs. Maybe it might be a song that you and a loved one had that you shared. Um, it could be anything where you're sitting on a park bench. I don't know why I'm seeing someone sitting on a park bench and something appearing randomly out of nowhere to remind you of something or someone. Pay attention whatever the signs are. And I think maybe this new love card also could be a sign that something wonderful and new is coming into your life. So let's pay attention to that. Signs. Maybe if you want to, if you've ever had some signs recently pop up in your life, comment and let me know what they are, especially if they're repeating numbers or if there's something that's just really I won't say obscure, but something that you would not really normally see on a regular basis. I know I see 777s a lot, threes, fours. Repeating numbers are always my, or seem to always pop up for me. That's the way spirit gets my attention. So the next card here that pulls out is healing. I guess we're just going to have to deal with that little. There we go. That's about as good as I guess it's going to get for right now. Healing, card meaning, a situation that's caused you concern I'm sorry, a situation that has caused you concern is on the mend. You are a natural healer, and your healing thoughts have manifested into form. Wow, that's awesome. Sometimes a situation cannot heal until you release the challenge completely, so that healing light can enter it. Hmm. Your worries will soon be over because this card signifies that a healing has occurred. To realize this healing, however, you must first stop focusing on what is wrong and instead affirm, everything is in divine and perfect order right now. That's the part I love. Okay. To realize this healing, however, you must first stop focusing on what is wrong and instead affirm, everything is in divine and perfect order right now. You have natural healing abilities, and this card asks you to have faith that God works through you as an earth healing angel. Hold thoughts of love around any situation that seems to need healing. Visualize the situation as healed right now. Then give thanks to God for this healing and completely release everything to the angels. The powerful effects of your healing work touch many lives. Hmm. The powerful effects of your healing work touches many lives. Visualize the situation is healed right now. That's where I think I used to get hung up a lot is I was focusing on what was wrong in the situation instead of um, what I wanted it to look like. And I remember the first time I read this card was like it said visualize the situation as healed. It's like how am I going to visualize this as healed right now when my mindset is on what's wrong? And it's true when you're in pain or discomfort or distracted, it's not the easiest thing to visualize the healing of the situation. So it takes us moving forward. I believe it was Abraham Hicks who talked about there was a way to go from from pain to joy, but it takes steps. You can't just go straight there. So go to the next best feeling thing that you're having. Like if right now, if you're in a emotional pain, if someone has broken your heart, or if you're grieving, what's the next best feeling thing? Try to focus on something that makes you happy, especially if you're grieving. um, Maybe think of something good about that person, a happy moment that you shared with that individual. If someone has done something to you or hurt you or harmed you, maybe put your attention to the fact that one, you're still here, you're okay, you're alive, hopefully you're well and healthy enough. And if you're in your right mind to be able to have any thoughts, then that's also a good thing that you're in your right mind. So that's a better feeling thought, even though it's not, you're not quite at joy yet. So each time, try to have a better feeling thought until you actually can feel the difference, where you come from less and less pain, whether it's emotional or physical. With the physical pain, I know that can be difficult. I've had many experiences of physical pain. And I was just sharing with my uncle. He was telling me about his hip pain, and he's like, yeah, once I started rubbing it, the pain kind of went away. And I said, and that's what our bodies do naturally. They heal themselves. The body is what's the word I'm looking for? Is made to know to send different chemicals to a particular part of the body when it's in pain. And when you rub it and create more pain, I used to be a massage therapist, so I know that when you rub something, create more pain, the body is triggered even more. Like, oh, wait, we need to send more resources to this particular area of the body so that this is my perception of based on what my education. This is my perception on of what it makes sense to me. It's like I'm creating a little bit more pain in that area so the body knows to pay more attention to it. It's like re-breaking a bone so that it heals right, or the way it's supposed to heal. And that's what I equate it to. It's healing is sometimes, unfortunately, you have to go through the hardship to get to the healing. And if you can come from pain, especially emotional pain, emotional hurt, the heartache, if you can get there, if you can come from there and find yourself in a place of just comfort where you're not focusing on the pain anymore, you're not focusing on what hurt you or who hurt you, but you're in a place of, I'd like to get better. I'd like to feel better. I want to get past this pain. I want to get over this pain. That is better than being sitting in the pain. I used to tell people all the time when I would talk to them, I would see this visualization of snowdrift, and they were sitting in the middle of the snowdrift, but the snow was actually a pile of poop, um, and a pile of crap. And I would say, you're literally sitting in your own shit right now. Excuse my language. You're literally sitting in the middle of your own, and you're allowing it to overtake you. Just step out of it. Just step out away from it. Step away from it for a moment. The thing that is holding you down, the thing that is hurting you, step away from it if you can. Put your attention on the fact that you're looking at the thing from the outside. Look at it from the outside. What is it that's hurting you? Why exactly is it hurting you? And then work towards trying to figure out how to feel better in that situation. And I'm only saying this based on the fact that that's how I would have to do it. It's a process. It's not just about thinking of happiness, when you're in pain. That's not, for me, it wasn't going to work that way because I was still feeling, when you're in emotional, when, I'm sorry, when I'm in emotional pain, I can literally feel it in my heart. It's like my heart hurts or my stomach hurts, or I have these physical um, manifestations of emotional pain. So I can think happiness and still have that physical pain, and that's not how it works for me. So I need to look at the fact that, okay, I'm having a physical pain right now. I am allowing something to create physical pain in my body. It's time to stop. I deep breathe for 3 times. That's usually my go-to, is 3 deep breaths in and out. And that redirects my attention and my focus, and my physical body also calms down too. That's it. The nervous system is relaxed. It's telling, when I do a deep breathe, it's telling my mind, I need to relax right now. So let's put my attention to that. And then I can step outside of the situation and look at it. Okay, why am I allowing this to hurt me? Is this something that's reoccurring? Is this something that's new? What is going on in the situation? And after so many years of living, I've learned to look at it like, what can I do to change the way that I feel about it? Because I can't change a situation right now. So, how can I change the way I feel about it? How can I change the way that I show up so that I am not in so much pain because of the situation? Because I cannot change a situation if I'm so deep into pain in that situation. So I have to step outside of it. This is what works for me. And there are so many books and so many ways and so many pieces of advice and so many light workers out there that can help guide you on your journey of healing, if that's something that you're looking into. I'm thinking about doing more um, specific based readings through these oracle cards, whether it's from healing from grief, healing physical pains. I know that I will never give medical advice on teaching you how to heal a physical pain, but the way that we can change our thoughts about a thing sometimes can actually be more beneficial. Not more beneficial, but can be beneficial at that moment if we cannot do anything to heal or fix that physical pain or even the emotional pain that we're experiencing. So sometimes the mindset, just learning, just practicing over and over again. And again, I'm saying this based on my own experience. Again, after many years of living, I have learned to come to a place where when I am in pain, when I am uncomfortable in any way, shape, or form, especially if I'm the cause, or if I'm allowing something to make me feel uncomfortable, then I know that I need to change how I'm looking at the situation, change my self love, that new love I talked about, the loving yourself in a new way, so that I'm loving myself in a new way so that I can show up better when the pain does come. Because unfortunately, I've heard so many times, and you may have heard people say, pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional, and I choose not to suffer too long. I think that some pain is a little bit of suffering is good for me because it shows me where I don't want to be. It's like, okay, that's enough pain now. I see where I don't want to be in my life. Let me see how I can fix it. So hopefully, you're finding some healing in your life. If there's something that you're coming out of, something that you're going through, maybe there's a new love that's coming into your life, a new type of love, whether it's romantic, whether it's a new friendship, someone that you know that you can rely on, or someone that's there to support you. Maybe you feel alone and you're just thinking, I don't have that many friends that I trust, and my family's busy, or I don't really, know how to speak to them or talk to them about what I'm walking through. Maybe, the spirit is bringing you a new friendship, a new type of love in your life, and then also, again, it might be the new love for yourself, loving yourself better, loving yourself more, loving yourself in a more extensive way where you're treating yourself better first. And I know that sounds selfish, but you can't love and give and support and help and give all of yourself all of the time without loving yourself. You got to pour back into yourself. I know that's another thing I've heard before. Pour back into yourself as much as you pour into others. Um, so yeah, hopefully, again, you find something here that encourages you and inspires you. These journeys that we are on, they are not the easiest. Even if it looks like it's easy for others, we don't always know what's going on behind the scenes. So if you can find as much joy as you can on your journey every day, take some time to sit back and put attention to the things that you want healed and see them as healed. See yourself on the other side of a situation. See your physical pain gone, even if you have to see yourself walking through the experiences to get that physical pain gone. Even just that is a way of manifesting and focusing on the healing, the solution. I do thank you for joining me and for being here. If there are any suggestions that you'd like to make that are positive and inspired and encouraging, not just to me, but to others, because I find that people who watch these types of videos, just like I watch other type of videos, I find that these people are inspiring. I find that these people are light workers. I find that these people have something within them that they want to share, and they're just looking for their own company, their own group, their own tribe, just like I was. So if you have suggestions that are wonderful and positive and loving, please, I'd love to hear them. Take care and many blessings to you.